Yes, let's do some practice. Okay, wonderful. Rhyme poems. Once in a forest a long time ago, there dwelt a young maiden, bright, sweet, and fair. Flowers she wore in her long wavy hair, and each day she would vanish into gloaming glow. Elena Dulisto was this young maid name, a name that fell sweetly from everyone's tongue. That townspeople loved her, both old and young, yet nobody knew from where the girl came. They only knew that at the end of each day, with sun dipping downward into the western sky splashed with colors, Elena, like best, was vain, as if magically she would slip away. Where does she go? All the villagers asked. And how does she leave us so quietly that not even one of us ever can see? Has some kind of spell on our dear girl been cast? A spell or no spell, the young maid had powers, as into the woodland she fled, and then dawn, a gossamer gown hidden well near a pond, surrounded by beautiful flowers. She peered into water after she would kneel, as a lovely face gazed back at her. In this perfect moment, what could occur? Like that magic, the girl became real. Her filmy silk gown would blend with her skin, shrinking into a stem, and her face changed into petals till soon not a trace remained of the form that a human lives in. Atlanta Dulcita, her real self again, breathing lilacs and lily sweet scent, would bow her fair face, a flower content, to repose by the pond with her skin. Awaking at dawn renewed, she would turn to the town where she loved her so well, where they loved her so well, keeping the secret she never could tell of youth's beauty for which humans yearn. She would never grow old as long as she had a place of seclusion where she might go, to water around which bright flowers could grow, for this is what kept the soul of hers glad. Never to marry, never to stay too long in one's place, she would always move on. Beloved she would be till the day she was gone. This for Alana was the only way. Alana Dukita, where did she go? When forests grew small and the lake beds grew dry, did the fair maid eventually die? Or is she still sleeping where bright blossoms grow? Note the name Alana means the bright fair one. In Gaelic, the precious awakening. In Hawaiian, or beautiful dear child in Irish, the name Dulcita is a Latin for sweet. Aha, Elena Dulcita. Once in a forest a long time ago, there dwelt a young maiden, bright, sweet, and fair. Flowers she wore in her long wavy hair, and each day she would vanish into a gloaming glow. Elena Dulcita was this young maid's name, a name that fell sweetly from everyone's tongue. The town people loved her, both old and young. Yet nobody knew from where the girl came. They only knew that at the end of each day, with sun dipping downward into the west, the sky splashed with colors. Elena would, like best, was vain, as if magically she would slip away. Where does she go? All the villagers asked. And how does she leave us so quietly that not even one of us ever can see? How some kind of spell on our dear girl had been cast. Spell or no spell, the young maiden had powers, as into the woodland she fled, and then dawn, a gossamer gown hidden with near a pond surrounded by beautiful flowers. She peered into water after she would kneel, as a lovely face gazed back at her. In this perfect moment, what would occur but like magic, the girl became real. Her firmly silk gown would blend with her skin, shrinking into a stem, and her face changed into petals till soon not a trace remained of the form that a human lives in. Alana Dicella, her real self again, breathing relaxed and lily sweet scent, would bow her fair face, a flower content, to repose by the pond with her kin. Awaking at dawn, renewed, she would return to the town where they loved her so well, keeping the secret she never could tell of youth's beauty for which humans yearn. She would never grow old as long as she had a place of seclusion where she might go, to water around which bright flowers could grow, for this is what kept the soul of us glad. Never to marry, never to stay too long in one place, she would always move on, beloved. She would be till the day she was gone. This for Alana was the only way. Alana Dulcita, where did she go when forests grew small and lake beds grew dry? Did the fair maid eventually die, or is she still sleeping where bright blossoms grow? The name Alana means the bright fair one in Gaelic, or precious awakening in Hawaiian, and beautiful dear child in Irish. The name Dulcita in Latin for sweet. Her belly dance. Dance steps from a belly dancing class. She rolls her pretty head from side to side while raised upon her face are slim curved arms. Brave pose, she is ready to expose her charms. Wrist twist all serpentine, arms downward glide. Her undulating silk draped hips move round. She churns them slowly, flashing bright green eyes, then minces camel walk to tantalize, and ankle breastless make a tinkling sound. With wheels in hand, men wake on with a glance. She shimmies, jingling toward them in dim light. Then spins and thrusts her pelvis right, left, right, seduction of delight. Her belly dance, beautiful, heart of a poet. It jumps not to the thought of riches or the prospect of gold, for common treasures are not what it seeks, but rather it responds to that probable possibility that it may have touched the depths of someone else's soul. It hearkens not to sparkling gems and lusts after the lifetime of wealth, for inside jewels lies the heart of thieves, but rather stir at giving a word someone needs, for inspiration to even the smallest person is a diamond in itself. It doesn't ache for dollar bills or lust at the sight of grain, but for now his money comes in many different forms, but rather it longs to catch up another heart that may have been torn, and once again to give that person's life meaning. It is a place where the world dare not or otherwise cannot go, a safe haven for valuables other than currency, a hidden trade where treasure means finding creativity, a path that only the hearts of poets know. Beautiful. Mama Dog's gratitude. Oh, fireman, by your saving grace, my babies remain now with me, so I give kisses thankfully all over your sweet dearest face. And please do not think that I'm rude, though my kisses be rough and vain. There is no bigger love that can give this Mama Dog's gratitude. My ticket. This is not just a poem, this is my ticket out of here. These are not just words, they are steps taking me somewhere. This ain't just a page in a book. It's a society taking a second look and taking me up to another level, rescuing me from the devil that held me down for so long. This is not just a poem. This is someone's dream, a picture of heaven, a wondrous scene. This is the heart filled with love, words that tell the meaning of a society taking a second look. This is not just a page in a book. It's something to ponder, bidding take a deeper look. This is not just a poem. This is a call to arms on the lips of our heroes, in the hearts of our sons. Join in the battle for freedom. Join in the battle of love. Join in the name of the Father and the Son. This is not a verse in a song. It's a universal call to make right what is wrong. This is not just a poem. This is a child to a barren man, a tombstone, a monument. I inscribe with my own hand my institution, my revolution, my way to move on, my dedication for your education and encouragement to be strong. These are my words that I hope I used well. I hope that this poem is my ticket out of here. Hell. Aha, so pretty. The goddess. With brilliance a cladded white, in an enchanted world, a vision most inviting stands before my very eyes. She treads the grassy hill beyond which mountains rise to heaven's height, where fluffs of clouds as if in pink are swirled. Her golden locks are streaming in gentle breeze. Her lovely face is beaming. It's a woman's child I see. My steps are quickening. She seems to beckon me, but suddenly the sun is streaming. Soon the maiden flees. Who was she? Can you guess? And where has she gone now? A little hint she'll come again, but not till night has passed. Wake up bright and early, she comes and goes so fast. Look to the sky and watch for her, she's a goddess dawn. Bye yesterday, hello today. Bring a cup and fetch my tears, because tomorrow has been for years. Life challenge is my favorite seat, as by fear dances to my heartbeat. Day and night I don't care, as poverty the cloth I wear. Happiness travels in dream, yet with hope possible it seems. Drunk away to forget it, once awake it's time to regret. Questions I ask myself, even though no answer on my shield. Here I am, slowly sinking in that ocean called thinking, as a new day keeps wishing. Maybe faith is what's missing after all is said and done. Like the rise of the news and the hope of a better tomorrow is the path I have chosen to follow. Time, my enemy. Time has become my greatest enemy. It drags on an infernal grating on the nerve, like a broken muffler dragged around the curve, while my love and I starve for each other's company. Until time surrenders, I meet my love with bated breath, watching time, which I have confounded for going by so slowly. For that hour, that minute, that second, when you will be mine only, when I shall pledge my love for you forever until death. Andrea. I have always loved the name Mum gave to me, a name she had heard and wanted to bestow on her first girl. She got it from a show on radio. She thought it was so pretty. While not a name for girls in Italy, my name has got a version masculine. From Greece comes Andrew, meant for manly man. The female version, though, means womanly. In Spain, when girl is 14, has my name. However, in the USA, the year that I was born, you would hardly ever hear this name, which now enjoys a greater fame. And since my name was not too common when I came into the world, it helped me grow to treasure things unique and lovely. So perhaps for that I was a poet's pen. I also found in numerology the letters of my first name added to a thoughtful seven's destiny. So true, inventiveness and electricity. Eccentricity. I'm glad the name of Andrea is mine. My middle name is even rarer still. Its likeness to my first name is it I'll not reveal, but all my names together brightly shine. Whispers of your soul. Gentle voice within murmurs to shake my thoughts, carrying me to the land of lavenders and roses as the wind sway chore with an echo painting pauses. It matches the twinkling stars in their bright on soft shots. I shut my eyes from around to listen in silence, hugging myself in surrender to ardent breeze to remember. Tender are the words seeping slow in my heart's chamber, freeing me from dangling touches of conflict and shyness. Candy wrapped around these whispers permit me to move, for like a laughing water, its lapping caresses my ears, and how it melt my tangled threads of salad fears, arising above to display an open jolly groove. I breathe an ounce to utter a single prayer to forever beget these nectarine whispers, where to timeless counts of thorns I may not shiver. Instead, before despair I will stand, for I am spared. Up upon twin trial pools of impossibilities, embrace my heart, oh embrace my soul, answer my yearning, fill me whole, for if I twine with you, I am unstoppable. Life is beautiful and amazing with you, looking back with no regrets, only grateful for memories shared. Life together has shaped us into what we are today. Life is like a room filled with sunshine on the oldest winter morning, as our love flows freely, warming every inch. Only together could our love warm as the sun. Life is you and me together, sharing and caring. To me, this is what life is. Wish ungranted. From seconds to minutes to hours to night. Then today, time moved, taking with it the bliss I was sharing with you. Life's moments cannot be retrieved. So what could I do while there in the warmth of your strong, loving arms I lay? With torrents and torrents of ticking and ticking away, relentlessly, cruelly, time rained down upon us that night. Dark faded to dawn. I was wishing With all of my mind, that time would suspend itself, and in your arms I would stay. But time is an executioner one cannot sway. How I wish, though it seemed the mere pausing of time is a sin, that time could have stopped, and my last night with you would have been serene and unhastened. Time miffed by its own delay. I am a child. Aha! I'm a child like the one you tuck in bed, the one you kiss on the head, the one you get loved instead, the one you who is so well fed. I'm a child. I'm a child like the one who gives you joy. Your pretty girl and fine boy, and one who gives every toy. The one who none dares annoy. I'm a child. I'm a child with no home to call my own. The cold reaching to my bone, hunger pangs, all that I have known. In tattered clothes I have grown. I'm a child. I'm a child. The pavement my only bed, dreaming of a piece of bread with a small heart full of dread. My life hanging from a thread. I'm a child. I'm a child with no gifts beneath the tree, with no hopes to be set free, wanting like your child to be. Why, oh, why can't you love me? I'm a child, I'm your child, I'm God's child. Remember me this Christmas. Michelle. A poet, a dreamer, Michael. A poet, a dreamer, a man named Michael, named after my father and also a saint. Drifting through time with my pen, I paint just a soul gliding in and out of the God cycle. My name is known as a Godfather's last son, also a star who wore a little white glove, but mostly just me who writes from love. And angels, I'm not, but there is no harm in my fun. Though I'm not Michael the Second, I try to fill my dad's big shoes. We coast together, whether win or lose, such times embedded in my heart as his son. Now my own man and later in life poet, I share my life in verse to those who can't see me. I hope to touch a few of those who read and feel me. Each new right, it's another way for me to show it. Now you have a clearer view of Michael, your friend, a confused life at times, but now he has found his sight. With Rosanna by my side, all is good and life is just right. I'm stronger for it all and never will his heart bend. A second time. You buy her a rose, make your way downtown only to find out through a text she wants to see other people. You go to throw away your rose, but before you do, it hits you. The flower is no less beautiful, it smells just as heavenly. The world is still turns, and you notice all the eyes on you and your beautiful flower. What a lucky girl she must have been. Must be, they think, you're a lucky guy. I am, I think, to hold such an elegant flower. He leaves it on the train seat and leaves. Let me ride. Let me write of hell and paradise, of lovers' compromise, of dreams yet unfulfilled, of how I love you still. Let me write. Let me write of longing for the end, of people who pretend, of desire to be free, of changing destiny. Let me write. Let me write of passion's sweetest flow, of serene afterglow, of love, what that's make believe, of my heart's need to grieve. Let me write. Let me write. My words show I am weak. My words, my chance to speak. My words can calm the pain. My words, my sun and rain. Let me write. Let me write. I need to bear my soul. I need to be made whole. I need to fly. Freely fly. I need these tears to dry. Please let me write. Grandma loves writing poems. She really does. She writes a lot about love, crying, and about someone dying. She writes about flowers in gardens and pretty crystal vases, gracing tables laid out in trays. Great grandma wrote once about my face. She writes of the stars and the moon, only dancing on it as it smiled, said she. Wish she could have stayed a while longer, but sunrise called, scattering through the morning woods. Birds sang in mellow tones. Ravens black was seen, soaring almost as high as eagles. Robins are her favorite things, except for butterflies, which defy the idea that there is any creature more beautiful. Grandma wrote about the waves licking the shore. I looked and looked for the dancing sun. She said, lingered. She's writing now about some special thing. I know this because I always, when she writes, she sings, no more our dance. Once we claimed it as our own, that lovely special song No matter when, no matter where, we simply had to hear its sound. Our hearts would melt, our love would rise, our feet would leave the ground. But life goes on. Your love has died, no longer, dear, do we belong. This slow, slow dance promising you were always on my mind. You held me close, and Willie's words, your lips would slightly sing. Softly, quietly in my ear, your love was whispering. No longer now, your love has flayed, your promise left behind. So now it's come, our dance is over, no more a life together. Separate paths diverged before, one way I went and you the other chose. We walked apart, the music stopped no more, we had the other close. The storm of life, the silent songs we simply could not weather. The PDs, inner animals. Fox is a cunning sort, racing through the fields, hunting not just for sport. Sly and sure, steady is he. The wolf is a beautiful beast, uses timeless instinct, proud of family and feast, protection of pack his home. The coyote, the fearless one, striding, wandering aimlessly, majestic is his own, in his own, none continuous of his journey. Oh, funny little poem. Where I am said I go to a certain chick, a poet and a friend by the name of Jan. Of her limerick writes, I am a big fan, happiness and smiles with just one click. Beautiful day. Oh, how beautiful the day you gave to me. A new and bright, glorious day. Your mercy is new and your love is fresh. Lord, I desire your ways and your rest to see. Your hand touch my life. It's great and peaceful and keeps me right. I stand and look inside my soul the way you make things unfold. The little things, Lord, they make me new. Touch of the wind gives me life from you. The flowers and their fragrance are lifting me up. I love you, Lord. You're precious to me, even though I fail and wanted to take me in and make me humble. Your ways are glorious. Why can't the world see the light you give inside me? Take my hand, Lord, help me be the woman you made when you set me free. The woman you made when you set me free. The woman you made when you set me free. Blemished. Blemished, tarnished as brass. In search of hidden places to race, floundering seas of murky heads, struggling through each cloudy day, reaching out from the abyss, yet helping hands stay far away, deadly aim. They spin and spin in dark of night, funnel and tunnel beneath my side, then slide inside to hide from view, yet like a tug, with talons tuck an innocent bug, snag him snug, they proceed to chew him through the key. Since my birth time has been present, peasant, fluid tapping its flat feet in the shadows, clueless was I as to its definition or what its revelation was to life. Yet I recall the joy of rainy days, free of grown-up worry and strife, being quite shy and daydream, dancing, gazing blue skies and hanging out windows. Then suddenly I turned and things changed and I came to face the culprit. Time it made me abandon my childhood. I was forced to leave behind my toys. Only Christmas celebrations and storybooks seemed to bring me endless joy. How I would brood over doing homework on the subjects I found none described. In hindsight, all life meet. Time on its term as it is, the ageless wonder forever moving impervious to class or stage fast now, and I'm in a daze. I consume it, stalker it is, yet leaving definite trails on each phase. Is time charged to monitor dreams is a question I often ponder. I imagine at creation time stood at the key which opens and shuts all doors, seemingly built into all God's creatures, maintaining order and strict balance. Time was and has been a true instrument of God's awesome power and balance in a world where egos are gigantic and many want their share and more. Just right here. Outburst of joy from the silvery streaks of skies with blue and clouds that speak, silenced by the breeze, the waves flow through, washing the past for a life so new. If only my heart could touch you now, it will speak of love and solemn woe with a new day. From a lullaby of the night, my life with you stars a brighter side. You wake up from my deep slumber when all else were gone in mid September. We met and crossed the bridge. In May, I held your hand, I'm willing to stay. Now the sun is up and seeks for us apart. A lot of questions const my heart. Why should we be so far from each other with destiny leads us through so soon to be together? I ache so much to wake up alone from the study night my strength can hone. Lest I forget that there is always you, my day should start. I must just close my eyes and look inside my heart. The best epic poems, Black Diamond Night. Aha! We are the ebony we call night. Old black rocks sit under the delight. Diamond-shaped eyes, unclear and lonely, sinister through hostile spirits only. I stumble across these stones without a bone, a solitary confinement alone from a barren zone. The light transcend only in time our minds will mend. Endless valleys and limitless stones, these bones they sit alone, the abyss of rotten cavities with no fill. A system, no power can unveil the drill. The blood that passed over without a spill. Peaks collapse into the spellbinding chill. They are trapped. Another diamond in the rough is what they left. Obsessed with the dead without a death with that impatiently awaited their last breath, gushing into the gems of dead chemistry, diamond holding its own intensity. These lonely graves on top of the sycamore, hell coal mining hearts that will never heal. If only shiny eyes could see these only lonely bones inside of me, moving in every direction possible, flowing in every direction noticeable. Sockets without eyes, stones hiding under the combat skies, the mad sparkles, the madness dies throughout this mess we held in the blasphemous, intervening lots of gems so miraculous into the stone of self-religion and black night filled with legions, acknowledging the soul's capacity of free near the frail bones that sit alone. They sit in the morbid home through a path unclear and all alone, troubled by the visions of my own stones where the night takes place in the dark. The ebony rise under the diamond bark, along with the coal miners who never got to see the diamonds of another day. Reflection. Running through a vague dream, clear skies, warm and flies, my face cries. Surrounded by silver streams, I stumble into the valley where sleepiness never dies. A manager on fire, burning empty of lilies, no time for final goodbyes. Waking up alone in the middle of a field. Rain falls from the sky to bless my soul above the silver lining of mirrored clouds. I lay a bouquet of flowers on your grave, anchored by the thought of my birth. Where has my salvation gone? Rescued by the hand of the one I was not see, tormented in life final step, silent, mistreated, never understand, arid of hate dooming every day. Something evil ruins the last hold of my hand, my mouth hid by the door. When I pray, ricochet, short when my life was revealed, fallen in and out after unwanted betrayal tongues. Alone with my reflection is where I stand. Broken mirrors, the only thing I see. 7 years of current bad luck. Allies, sweet allies. Like sisters, every day holding hands under dress, pink ribbons, allies and I. How can they say she did not exist? The sweet girl I named Allies. The way she looks at me, her eyes tinted green, a body figure I can't describe. Together we played hide and seek. We sung in ways no one could see. This girl with pretty red curls who enjoy the sounds of Borington. Together we slept under the same breeze. We carved our names on the same tree side by side. Knit red, Allies and I. She whispered the day I fell off my bike. Allies, sweet Allies, loves the day I look in red. Every day I face the middle, Allies puts her left hand in on my right. We share the same identical scars under the right and left palm. The way she held my hand held the scraps in every fall beating from the police. She screams again. Allies whispers kill them all. No one ever said a word when she stood by my side. Allies knew me in ways no one else did. She knew my eyes when they cried. Now I can't sleep since Allies has fallen back into the abyss, forever conscious in herself. How this is no dream, is this real? The rage inside burns, it looks It took place the day she left, burning curtains. Empty mirrors. This girl named Eli spoke of darkness, then disappeared. When I hear the sound of pouring rain, I stare at the wind shadows on the wall. Nothing feels the same. I allow myself to soak in the darkness where I began. My hair is red, it's not the same. These cuts are all that remain. The only clue in what Eli's was here, holding on to a stainless blade. I sleep. Alice, sweet Alice, please call my name. Why do they whisper? Why are they saying she never held a break? I knew she is real, she exists. Why else would I let her cut my wrist? This sweet girl I yelled for Alice finally visit again, but who is to believe? For everyone said Alive lives inside my head, broken. Suicidal night. I sit alone in the dark. In the dark, I sit alone. Nobody sees me. I see nobody. Flowers above my eyes are dark into a color never seen before. Forever close. It rains. It rains. In this room, I have drowned too many times. I remember cascades of water under my eyes. My satin sheets wrinkle and cold. I die and die every night. No one sees the pain that kills me every day. Wounds that reach 6 feet deep. Lucid demons, bleeding wrists, scary dreams. My mind is screaming, incomplete tone, broken is how I live. I'm alone, no one's around. My body like a coffin, stiff in my own home. Quatrain of soul. Tranquil pills fall deep like the night. A sweet fangless goes by with no remorse for your eyes struggle to read my ageless soul. Lost dark, you open a heart under a quatrain. The past, the present, the future stand in the way of what was and never will be. A contagious disease I call love. Past you came. Somewhere deep inside with you, the Mavic, the majestic, the arriving vessel of light. I separated myself from the world to be with you. I polished a new diamond night with pleasures of meeting where our hearts began deep like the night. You woke my sleepless soul, removing it from the safe harbor of the sea, isolated from all to see no risk or chance of smiling endlessly. Present, you said. Tonight you fell from Mandalay. You spoke in a way that cut my throat with truth. You detained my ego, clouding the auspices the sky, allowing a smile, a tender peek into your heart. I spread in ways I wanted more. I kept deep until you found your way past the door. Persistent memories in search of eternity. Tonight, let's learn to live again with no fear. I remove all labels, making the moon and sunrise together. My love, my life now depends on your future you left. With no explanation, the age of cotton time will forever say you came to me, you set free just to live. Now you are a virus just like them. Death of the poet destroyer. Untold fatal attraction poem. With morning she sees the sun ahead. Her death flows in a massaged bottle, gazing into her brown eyes upon all open sores. Her conscience dark and grey, a never-ending war, a giant cyclone of 1,000 thoughts swirled around this little girl, inflicting away the pain through the comfort of others' pain. The way she twisted and twisted, life's perception was out of her control. Inside she knew the glass slipper was never hers to show off. She's bearing nothing but a tinted vein, walking throughout eternity sand and prosecutors of misdeeds, accomplishing what without knowing the way, departing from her fractured self. She begins to slip into the righteous form, twirling her to lie, spin into a baton, spinning it to one final stand. She awakens in a dream where her sadness does not allow the light of to reform. Her body is weak and pale against the birth of her undying son. Staring down into the deepness of everybody's abyss inside all souls is where she felt lighter than the retarded sun gives. The crimson sky follows her just to reveal her diminished soul. A life of shunning out the city glow will always dwell deep inside her. Sleeping under society as one, insulting the taste of innocent pearl, forgetting the vengeance in a dimension where the pain is mightier than the soul. How did she later come to this? In one feeling, she fell in love with the spirit of the living crime, watching from a cave with a diabolical look, refusing to grasp the self, nature, and kill off the destroyer's will, a prize beyond the enigmatic world, craving to be just like them, condemning her meaning to blasphemy of white butterflies, destroying her poetic meaning that was destined to dance a tangle of endless rage. In love with the sense of a deceased will, she clings on to dismiss to the dimness and brilliance. At the same time, all corpses lost beyond the girl in question, sympathetic in a bizarre language, she mutters out sweetness. Her heart mended, recognizing all that adoration and poetic addiction, exchanging the real terror fixated by the life force of a poetic destruction, giving birth to a new revelation, how she will never deceive her love for the making of true art, not wanting to belong in this raged world with a destroying criteria. Her soul sails looking for a new era where love will no longer generate, as she lost that love and decides not to destroy this generation with hate. At last, longing this one day with the angel of death, with a closing teardrop, one last thought: my death will not be the end, only the ascension. The Ballad of the Poet. Many blocks along the road, kicking down walls of heavy stone, yet no one could draw through the walls of her lonely bones. A poet who would not write what's inside her pen had gone ink dry. Her beady eyes lost the feel of the athletic realm. She tried until she could no longer cry. A poet who started with the mind and came no worse. This poet hangs on the moon with a picture that tells a sad tale, a poem that broke verses, a crept time dream. She ruffled her arms once more as if she could fly, still nothing, everything felt dead inside, trapped in a mental state that clots a willing queen. In isolating her form in a room with no door, she stays this way from the feel of the marble paint to never go back and feel again. In the most ominous way, she lets out a cry never heard before, running from this evil, this stain her world. That stain her world was buried deep and behind a new exterior box. Her insides grasp all the air of the airy once alive, a talon drop in the next. This troublesome poet gave up on everything, had nothing left but the empty space within. Next, she curls herself into a fatal world. At last, she closes her eyes to feel no more. A poet who died the day joy wiped the glee from her face. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Letting go. Behind the garden rail, where worms swim and roam, they dig into every worst part of the day. I feel them crawling, making my hide their home. They feast on my will and my hate, my dead walking soul. Slowly I am fading away into a cloud of nothing. I find myself listening the moment I meet you with scars and guilt. I can't let go. I'm cold and miserable inside, different emotion I no longer hide. I can't seem to heal the deep cut from within. Echoes are twisting, moods that have no meaning. I sit with a jar full of tears holding on tight, afraid of letting go. The hollow walls slay in every way. The abyss of waterfall resides in my heart. This throbbing starvation repeats the taste it longs for. I have no control. I can't feed without you by my side. The best poem ever. Without saying a word, I'm going to go where no one. Okay, beautiful. Without saying a word, I'm going to go where no one has gone before. A twilight zone only God and I know of. Without saying a word, I'm going to recite the best poem ever. Poems with no vision to stare, quiet with a hum. Only you can hear. Silent through my mind, I will walk whistling without a care, feeling and thinking at my heartbeats go on, searching for your heartbeat next to mine, dreaming the words that blind, dreaming of words which connects us together. Without saying a word, I'm going to look and speak for the first time, how and feel at our chemical sublime. I'm going to get hungry before I die in your arms. Through circles and draws I carry this year alone, imagining all the days it was only you and I, not only I. Without saying a word, I'm going to listen to you. For your voice to all my name I whisper, that setting itself on repeat. Anticipating those look before you, look up, be wanting and waiting, I will still be whistling, overwhelmed by fate at the door. Without saying a word, I'm going to have to leave a whisper in the bedroom without making movement with my mouth. Control all the space around me, touching the energy you left behind. Hear the snowy winter chime. Experience all the shelter in your hold. Without saying a word, I'm going to lay down beside you, laying in a way that feels better than freedom. Millions of miles away, I will still be whistling and waiting for the perfect lane. Arguing and impressing the air we both breathe, a breath for every reason. Without saying a word, I'm going to mime the world tonight over and over till I mime the perfect poem like the olden days without the word to say. I'm wrapping my own arms around me like a mime, explaining the breath you took without me, talking of myself without the saying of a word, writing the perfect poem without the word to say. Without saying a word, I'm going to yell this inside, whistle and mumble till I'm out of breath, and dying with my dreams to be by your side. Without saying a word, I'm going to close my eyes and see your face, a bond not even death can break. Without saying a word, I'm going to sit still here till your wind hits a tap that inspires the best poem ever. Until then, I'm going to whistle without a word to say, to enjoy your solitude every day. Aha. Demonostro, I don't know. Artillery rain, perfect rain. I can see all the tribulations around. A rage against the burning wind. Nobody hears the crackling sounds of my voice. Everybody avoids feeling the smoke hidden within a rain so deep it burns all the enamel of my skin. A rain that cut the soul in half. Two pieces that will not entwine or merge down a dragon path. I feel this eternity has no ending place. Trigger happy rain extinguishing a bonfire around my rose. I will sleep under the artillery stars tonight with the perfection of my fairy crystal lava teardrops washing the ashes of my face, suppressing the overwhelming fear, knowing no one will blame it on the rain as long as the torch keeps loading another artillery around. Pinkless. Every rest changed in the voices of the poet sharing his hair ribbon. Pink ladies. The phone rings, the clock dings. I scream, scream and scream. I can't grasp what is real. I can't inhale the lives you steal. This game is like a murder in the first degree. I can barely feel the words you are expressing. Your hand holding on to mine as if it was the last. I crawl. I hide behind these moonstone walls that has stood and stole my womanhood, pink in the ointment dropped inside my diary. I crawl. I remember looking for a dream where the woman wears combat boots, woman ready to kill all confrontation with hues. I was lost. Do you know the feeling? Once you hear the word see, your mind starts spinning. You can't see what's going on. Your smile soon will to be gone. Look at me on this fright night. I bleed. Hold on tight on the of the dead of this night. I am down on my fallen knees. I secret. I can't keep no longer need breaking back swing. I mention the word see. It is like getting struck by a foreign train, taking what belongs and makes me. Forgetting the pink October ribbons I wore, taking me to weave them into the last strand of my red chamois hair. Now here you are standing on the just heavy shoulder of violin press, no longer needing the little black dress, skin pink tight leather. Now you caress. My eyes are full of tears. Once I discovered the beast came back without fear. The news blew like a missile in heat with a fire shooting out from the dark, sweltering me, blessing me, leaving the world all ribbon tied, dimples and pretty lips. I dropped the world with beauty and tissues filled with pinky ivory issues. This is the way that I feel. I am real. You are a killer. You are a disease. You sit there and chatter our lies with many of us. You'll discover we do not break like glass. Still, we walk in high heels, strolling through pink valley skies with a charm called a pink ribbon I wore. A heavy pink scarf now I wear like a nose, remembering my days have been numbered. I plead for my life. I have no family to lean on. Everybody is plus. My mother is gone. You are the undead, leading some of us into a watery grave. You are like a jack in the box, hiding until you're found. You are silent until your job's done. You made us angry. You made us cry. You killed many. However, you will never come close into a glorious victory. We are pink ladies who continue to be strong. I will find a way to sew my chest back to its caressing view. One day we'll find the cure and destroy you the miserable breast cancer disease once and for all. Pandora's kiss. Crystal, crystal tears drown under the best velvet distinctive feel, a ghostly feel that leads into the clear diamond road. I found myself seduced down an ancient silk caravan path where she hid behind the golden stone she built around her heart. She was a gentle gem against the deep night. Against the deepest night she spoke, legend was upon the dreamy sky. Her eyes were deep in the size of my mother's midnight pearl. I fell into the stars of her bedroom eyes, wishing to taste the sweetness of her coconut milk fragrance. She lowers the cloak to reveal the beauty of her black pearly eyes. Raven hall under the soft sensual disguise, her lips redder than the violent rays of the sunset. She buried her beauty and then exposed was under the cloak. Soon her body turned into rotten bones. Her fingers pointed towards another path that walked road of stones and pearls. I took a blade and pressed it against my skin, concealing all life shut. After she revealed all my forbidden sins, her lips, her eyes, her pearly grin, my last vision as my blood grew thin, a sweet kiss of death falling into my eyes of Pandora's spell. Crying River. Untold Ballad. Undercover waters of rainy dash, cold children, no smiling splash, tragic sobs, epic force of the mountain rain, beautiful as it may seem, shallow basin dreams. She cries a tune walking a map of lands. A beautiful tune crooking Cornwall. She streams with the moon, oceanic dreams, monsoon season. She swims frozen dead, ice getting drink, her wind, pretty chains of leg. Wait and wild, the X drinks from a garden, waterfalls from the lips of the Jordan, beautiful as it may seem, with open curtain. When the ocean succeeds away from the sea, she would hide away during the winter rain and the breeze, lost in the mud of Bellary's heartache. River blue, ice cold snap void stirring up, racing rivers crying by the western gutters, silent bells chime in the black mallet waters. Streams blowing and dying dews, droplets, little rapid tears, everything spotless, sugar swell waves down by devil's grave. Listen to the thunder bay, rolling deep, beautiful as it may seem, she weeps. A northern world with streaks of falling rain, pretty running white hairpin, a weather vane, snow dangles above her domain, beautiful crying winds in the eyes of the Michigan, the forest. What happens in the forest stays in the forest. The trees are trimmed, the leaves go on the ground, proposing passion, sweet mist, naked with nothing to bear or swear. Nature's breath lightens the atmosphere. She breathes into, he breathes out. The auditory sensation of rain drums down and deepens. The course is near its end. Deep in this forest night, a gentleman among the trees hibernating. New seas. On the other hand of the forest, he guides a path with ebony eyes. A convincing vein I accept, a fear is broken. I sleep in glee. The whispers disappears, drying in peace by the sacred bayou. Broad leaves lay under landscape, blood by the chills. He quills a quarter past midnight. Mr. Romantic prepares the sheets of winter. Frozen news, anxiety. The worst news in town. Like flooding waters creeping in, I count 30 seconds, holding my breath again, drowning in agitation. Overwhelmed by fear, I try to hide the pressure in hopes I don't pass out. My pulse is soaked from all perspiration. I feel the pins, the needles pushing in my skin. It's new from all the peeling. At this point, I can't seem to win. Washed out by dead hope and desire, my soul is losing, searching for a shore, leashing, grasping, gripping the chest wide. I count 40 seconds once, nausea can't be blocked. Everything about this moment is driving me mad. I need to escape, however, my knees are too weak. I tremble while losing control to the emotional distress. My knuckles are pale, detached from reality. Wounds forced with further embarrassment, guaranteed failure surrounds my day. Numberless strikes my very essence. I can't move, lost in a room. Therapy, even and so I feel signaled out. Happy Valentine's, the age of the poet destroyer. A diamond in the frost, I am aimlessly gazing through the years, like Poe from rancid taste and dark smoke shadows, fluorescent vessels kept yet ducklet dulcet wilderness, backward capabilities, frontal verse. I am her, the mighty, almighty universe. Ascending from yesterday's fall, literally and visibly, so to be everything you loathe most. A felicity of illusions. You will dream of me, parasite. You can't get rid of. Ripped open the paper and pen, rising to a new destination. A destroyer begging to be free in search of a tender rhapsody, blind by mediocre poets who tend a false nebulous star. No longer will I impart into defeat, give into trophy trust. The time of age, my allies, whom I call my friends. You are more than once on any God-given day. To those unworthy of me can march of A from a parrot, crying woes, backstabbing clones, long gone stone. Each file is forgiven and forgotten, however, still trespassing under the microscope. Some remain to be a decade of lost words, grazing a forest grown for old news, dripping water on my belly. No matter after salvation, I found my way back to the same horizon, finding time and gaze among the new docile nation. I buried treasure, finding face among a fresh middle generation with anchors up. I am headed full force against every secret indoors. I am the one who should not fear. I relish the wonderful community. I am she mounted up all years worn, rising like a newborn soul, forced by the earth's someone by the pirate's moon, political creed ascending towards sweet ascension with the best kind of immunity. With paper and pen I sit to please and prosper my poetry need. To you I leave the echoes of snow numbing. You with a poetic soul love the poet destroyer. We are gladiators fought. We are gladiators fought for life. We meet to fight for love. The constellations in the Rome night sky, celestial spectators bathe the Colosseum in the white blood of nine. The night is throbbing with the heat of our battle. Our cries are more passionate than any that have gone before. A short while earlier, a velvet bride found us in the remains of the Ludus Magnus, the remains of the old gladiator school in Rome, where lies buried a hidden entrance to an underground tunnel. You pull me with you into the dark underground world of the Legion by light of a flickering torch. We travel into the thrill of the Bethlehem, coming in time upon the holding rooms. My breath catches, I hear the sounds of men and beasts carrying through a thin layers of the time. Slaves, criminals, raptors, all waiting their fate. Animals spawning, grunting, starved for food, dying to kill to save. The gnawing pain, waiting to be lifted up into the arena, waiting to fight, waiting to live and die. We break into the hypogeum. The crispness of the night as stings us. The vastness of it all paralyzes all thought. Rome comes alive. The resurrection of the history inflames us as we mount those final stairs up the arena. I feel excitement glazing through me. Your grasp is almost painful in jubilee. We are here. Your voice is laced with the sacred between those famed arches. 1920 we stand, you and I all, and 50,000 ghost spectators here to the east entrance. The gate of the life looms above us. True gladiators passing through these very gates. Here the applause goes through their veins. I'm 100 to the captives below. Here I stand querying with knowledge of all this night mean to me. That thunder reverberates through my body. I can hardly breathe. Your eyes are looking up at the tide levels while mine look ahead. This is the walkway connecting the east to west to the far side of the Libertarian, the gate of death, through which dead gladiators were dragged, their bodies dumped to the Spatrium to be stripped of clothes and armor. Life and death, here they converged, here they fought on this night. I know I will strip myself of my clothing and armor. I will lay down my defenses and give in to your onslaught of passion. Here I will die to all but your eyes. I walk quietly with purpose here in this place. My virgin blood will be split halfway between life and death. I stop, I turn towards you. My voice reaches you on the night wind. Come to me, I see you move towards me. You might Gladiator, my mighty gladiator, you who have fought my demons, you who have slain my nightmares, you who have held in check a savage desire for possession, you as you stand before me, I wonder if you know tonight is the night you will plunder and damage to your heart's delight, your just reward. You find a place to keep the torch upright. You see the blanket unspread on the ground. I answer the question in your eyes with the curve of my lips. I steady my hands as they walk to undress me. I feel my body burn in the warmth of your presence. Your eyes undress me faster than my hands can entreat. You are immovable. You stand transfixed. You wait until my only covering is my flowing hair. Make love to me here now. Be my gladiator. Come, your prize. I reach out my hand to you, and in a moment, before my next intake of breath, you have come to life and crushed me in your arms. Your mouth cleans mine up like before, seeking more. Your tongue explodes, demanding, commanding. It takes what it will. You bring me into you. Your hands in my hair, my breath is raptured by your sheer strength. Your mouth travels along my neck, hungry like a famished animal finally set free to feast. You never, as you reach my cleavage, I lean back to let you sever my breast. For the first time to this, you have down on your knees, your tongue encircling my navel, going round and dipping inside this phonetic dance of what is to come washes over me as you power me to the ground. And the moment I'm looking at the stars, the two brightest ones being my eyes, you are above me, and you are everywhere, kissing, tasting, touching, feeling, pleasing, finding my voice. I pant, don't be gentle, not now. I'm gasping with the word of all I need to say on the weight of the feelings raging within me. Don't hold back anywhere. Take me now. Your hands reach for mine and pin them down. My breasts heave, my body rocks as I feel you plunging into the moistness that your very presence always creates in me, but never in this luxuriant degree. Pain mixes with pleasure again and again as I hear your grunt and groan. Your ecstasy comes to vanish, moan, and I close my eyes to a Roman night sky. I sigh, I die. To the world I'm reborn in you. I hear your victory cry and feel your jubilant release inside. You fought for life, you fought for love. My fingers run through your hair. Your head is pillowed with on my breast. My heartbeat a reminder of what you have won, a gladiator's reward, life found in the arms of the woman you love. Daxian Macabre Arena, the first Daxian Macabre, extended free fall ended. In another life is where I first saw your face on a summer afternoon lying wounded next to the dead. Unopened gunpowder, mass destruction, a land of disgrace. A bloodthirst battlefield in fear is where I first saw your face. The sound of war hidden behind the bleeding hands crawler rendered the life-giving grace. Jaws of steel broken, impressing warm feelings, summer rain. Lungs filled with blood, one last pose, glorious by numbers, screaming blades, gemstone in touch of the Holy Ghost. Soldiers come in a little close, crawling, missing limbs, twisted nightmare with no ending. Macabre reminder, retracing the aroma of eternal life, secrets buried like a treasure under the walls of a certain death. Revolutionary tears found on a rusted bowie knife. Lanterns crackling against the dying wind, dirt piles of crushed windpipes, sudden death, rummage like garbage. The dead taxi